Hey, Scott Sambucci here over at Sales Qualia, and I want to talk about disruptions and the gift of time. This concept of the gift of time is something that I learned from my wife, who read it from Arianna Huffington. And the idea of the gift of time is that if you had something planned that all of a sudden isn't happening, you now have this gift of time that you didn't expect to have available to you. And so, like a lot of you out there, we're all feeling the effects of the coronavirus, hopefully not physically, of course, but the downstream effects of that. And so for me, the disruption for me is right now I'm doing this video. It's about 8:30 in the morning on Thursday, and I'm supposed to be at SFO right now, getting onto an airplane to go visit my dad. We had a father-son weekend all lined up. We've been planning this weekend now for a couple of months. We're gonna go check out a spring training game. We're gonna go visit with my uncle. Just spend some time together that we don't get a chance to spend because he's in New Jersey and I'm in California. And yesterday we just pulled the plug on the trip. Now, obviously it's disappointing for me, it's disappointing for him. And, after getting through the initial disappointment, now I have to look at this and say, well, what is this gift? What am I gonna learn from this? And what can I get? What's positive out of this? And so, we've had clients of ours that typically run large events as part of their business, and now they can't run those events. We're helping them move that live in-person event to virtual. We've got other clients that we're depending on these big conferences to generate leads and meet with prospective customers, and now they don't have that as well. We have our own live event that we run 3 times a year with all of our clients. It's a 2-day workshop called the Client Intensive. The next one's scheduled for May. We got to figure out what we're going to do with that thing. So, all of these disruptions are, they take us out of the routine. They take us out of our plans. And so, I think that the best thing we can do is look at this and say, well, what is the gift that we're getting here? So for me this morning, the gift is I got to take my son to school. And that was, something I enjoy doing. And it's good to have that time in the car because when he gets to be my age, he's going to have to plan father-son trips, at least I hope, in order to spend that time together. We get those extra 15 minutes this morning in the car that, somewhere down the road, we're not going to have that kind of time. On the work side of things, look, like a lot of you, I've got a lot of projects that have been piling up and things that I want to get done. So I had 2 days that I completely blocked out of my calendar. Now I've got time to work on those things and maybe get a little bit ahead for a change. This weekend, now I'm going to do a trail run on Saturday, and that was something I wasn't going to be able to do. So, there's all of these opportunities that can come out of a negative event or some disruptions. And the same goes with your business, right? So our client that was typically running a big live event that has to go virtual, this is going to be a whole new system. It's going to be a whole new way for her on how to run the business, and a way to run these events perhaps virtually can build out a whole new portfolio of ways that she can reach her market. And for our clients that were depending on those conferences to generate leads, well, now it's a good forcing function to say, well, look, I can't sit at the booth and beat badges. I can't sit down with prospects face to face. Maybe that's an opportunity for me to set up an outbound prospecting plan of action to generate leads in a new way. Maybe it's a reason to spend more time on LinkedIn and to be more thoughtful on how I'm using that platform to engage with prospective customers. Maybe it's a way to make sure that how do I run a product demo when I'm not live in person? How do I do a much better job of expressing how we can help our clients with our product when we're in a virtual demo instead of a live environment? And for me and my business, if we end up having to alter or change the way we're going to do our in-person event in May, well, that's an opportunity. It's an opportunity for me to say, well, look, this is a whole new way for us to continue to deliver content and value and systems to our clients. And because we're supporting clients all over the world, we have clients in Norway and India, as well as here in the US. We have clients in Europe. We have clients in New Zealand. And not all those clients can always travel to San Francisco anyway, whether there's coronavirus or not. And so now, as a forcing function, as this disruption is giving me this gift of opportunity, where maybe I have to think, okay, well, what if I have to run this event virtually? Maybe that makes it so that more of the clients can come, and it's a whole new way for us to be able to deliver what we need to deliver to our clients. So. It's a disruption, and it takes us out of the routine, and all of the plans that we had built out for the coming weeks and months and maybe even years could be blown to smithereens. And really, it's just a matter of how you're going to approach this. How are you going to look at this disruption? Are you going to look at this and complain about it and say, now what are we going to do? Or are you going to say, okay, now what are we going to do? And think about it in a more positive way. So hopefully you're not personally affected from a health standpoint, or your family's not affected from a health standpoint on coronavirus. Maybe just the worst case is that we have some disruptions to our daily life, to our business life. And if we just treat this as a gift of time, if something got canceled, we treat this as a gift of a forcing function to learn a new system, to build a new system, then maybe we just take whatever positive out of this whole situation that we can. So I hope that's helpful. Would love to hear from you. Like, what are you doing to alter your plans? What are you doing to take this and look at this as an opportunity to learn new things, to do new things? I'd love to hear from you if you're watching this video. Share something here in the comment box, or share this video with somebody else who you think could use a little boost based on all the stuff that's happening right now. So that's it for now. Just wanted to share those thoughts as I'm walking into the coffee shop, because at least I get good coffee. I don't get airplane coffee. I get good coffee from the local coffee shop. All right, that's it for now. Scott Sambucci signing off.